Hey, welcome back to the channel. So I've seen other owners talk about rattles in the Tundra itself, and it's hard to believe that on a truck that costs this much, and in what this is, the fourth year of this, that they don't have those issues figured out. But you can either complain about it or you can fix it. So I'm doing option two, and I'm going to try fixing it. So I have two specific areas that I'm looking at for the rattles. One happens to be up here in the window channel, and I have a pretty good idea what that one is. The other is down here by the speaker. So when I'm listening to music, both of them are musically related. There's a buzz that happens. So I'm going to do a little investigation, see if I can figure out what's causing that. While I'm in there, I'm also going to throw some sound deadening on the door. Might as well. Got it open. It's an easy chore to get done. And that should help improve not only the overall quietness of the cab, but it'll help with that buzzing that I hear. So stick around. I'll walk through the steps and walk through some of the investigation that I do as I try to solve this buzzing issue in my Tundra. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is remove this door panel. And you need to start by removing this piece up here. I won't go through a thorough, detailed explanation on how to do it, but we'll take a little plastic pry tool. We'll remove this. There's also a clip here that you remove by depressing the button in front. You remove this piece here to gain access to a screw behind it. You remove the pad that's in the door handle. There's a screw below that. And then you remove the window switch, again with the pry tool. You pull this out, and then there's a screw behind that. Once you get all three of the Phillips head screws out, then you simply grab the bottom of well, actually you'll want to, before you do that, remove this light down here at the bottom, the floodlight, and unplug it. Then you'll go ahead and just grab on the bottom of the door panel and pull it off. So I'll get all of that done and taken care of and then show you the next steps. All right, now I'm at this point where I've got all the screws out, all the clips unplugged, and I'm ready to go ahead and pull the door panel off. So basically grab here on the bottom and just give a good release the door. And then at the top, this piece up here basically pulls towards you. And once you get this part off, you can unhook the rest of the, we'll just go ahead and pull the wiper off with it. It's right there. Once you get to this point, you'll need to unhook the cables that go to the lock and the door pull itself. They're just a simple ball type connection. The white is on top, the green is on the bottom. You can see them here. And then you'll just need to unhook the power memory seats. And I believe that is the last component that you need, and then you'll be done. So on this side of the door panel, you have these two connectors. There's the white and the green. White's on top, green's on the bottom. And basically you twist it towards the door, and then the ball pops out. Super easy to do. Next thing you'll want to do is unplug these two plugs that are here. If you have nails, that makes it a lot easier. I do not. There we go. And then the door panel pulls away from the door. And you have access to everything here. All right, so I've done a little investigation. I don't see anything that is loose or that would cause a rattle. However, the only thing I do notice is this little tag here. It sits right on the speaker, and so it could be the culprit causing that rattle. So before I finish up, I'm going to tape that guy up. But the next process here, I'm going ahead and removing all of the clips so that I can get the wire harness away from the door so that I can go ahead and put the sound deadening material up on it. So the product I've chosen is Silas. It's a 50 mil thickness material that comes in these sheets. It has diagrams on the back for cutting in case you want to use that for your template. What you can do is take a piece of paper, trace out what you need, and then use these pieces and cut along the same same pattern so that you can put it on and then with a seam roller roll it out. They have all these dimples here. They say to roll till the dimples are gone. You don't see the dimples anymore. And I know you're probably asking or know that they do make kits that are totally pre-cut for this door. You just hang it on and pull the backing off and you're done, right? Those are substantially more expensive. And I like to be somewhat cost conscious when I'm doing some projects on my truck. So I know that some of the kits that I saw that were pre-cut were like $400. This product here was under $50, and it comes with enough material in the box that I should be able to do the front doors and potentially the back doors if I really wanted to without having any issues of shortage. So what I will do now is go ahead and start laying this out and getting a template cut so that I can make sure that I get these into the right shape and then get them all put on the door. So here you can see all the wires are back in place. The easiest way to put this together is to start at known locations. So you know where that clip is, clip it in. The rest of these kind of fall where they go. That's kind of the Japanese way, the Toyota way, is to poke-yoke these things. So this clip clips in, this clip in your speaker, clip this one in your door, and then you can really just kind of figure out where the rest of the clips go. And when you're close, use that poking tool to find the hole, and then they just clip back in. Now we're ready to put the door panel back on, and we'll have the driver's side finished. So now my door panel's on, and I'm ready to tackle the next rattle in this door. So the next one only happens when the window's open, and when you see it, it's fairly obvious what's happening, and it's somewhat by your ear. And if the window's rolled up, it presses up against this seal here, and it keeps it nice and tight. But when the window isn't there, you can hear that rattle. And it's just the seal. There's a lot of extra room right there. So this one's going to be an easy fix. I've got some peel and stick felt that I'm going to put on the inside track here of this metal, and that should calm that down. This is the material I'm talking about. It's just a peel and stick felt. You can get this at your local hobby store and just basically cut it off in little squares, peel it off on the back, and I'm going to stick it up there. So here you can see I've cut some like 3/4 inch wide strips. I just need something to take up that excess play that's in here. I'm just going to wrap it around just like that. I think I can put one more piece down here. And this should be enough to take up all that extra room. Between the seal and the metal flange here. There we go. pop that back into place. And that is problem solved. And so that's all there is to putting sound deadening in a vehicle. Now, this example was for the Tundra, but it would be identical no matter what vehicle you're doing. Different steps would be, taking off that door panel. But as far as the installation goes, it's the same regardless of the vehicle. You may have noticed that I only put it on the inside skin of the door. Some folks will go ahead and when they have the door all pulled apart, they will have the window up and then put the sound deadening on the inside outer skin of the door so that you have sound deadening out here. That's something that you could do that would definitely help enhance the overall experience of the car. But for me and what I was trying to do, I was trying to track down the buzz. I found it. I did drive this after I put this all together. The felt up here on the window channel, that solved that problem. And as far as the sound deadening, it does help with the quietness of the cab. Very little. I mean, if you're somebody that notices these things, you'll notice it. But I think the major thing was that tag that was sitting off the wiring harness. Just taping that to the loom itself, I have no more buzzing from either door. So if you ever have questions about how to apply sound deadening, that's how you do it. And thanks for watching, and let me know if you have questions. See you next time.